Hey everybody, it's Marie. I'm back. You may have noticed I haven't put a new video up for a while. That's because my family has moved. We have moved across the country. We're trying to settle in now, and I'm kind of just trying to set up my video setup again to make some more videos and get back on YouTube. So just bear with me. But I thought I'd make a really quick video here just showing you how I did this watercolor moon for this card. I used items from the Brutus Monroe inspiration box, the Galaxy box, and I'm just showing you I'm using their circle foundation dies along with some watercolor paper, and I'm just cutting out a basic circle shape, and I like the little stitching it has around the edges. So like I mentioned, this is watercolor paper. I have a little bit of plain clean water here, and I'm going to be taking my Zig watercolor clean color brush pens. Now I love these. These are so easy to use. I don't have any other type of watercolors. This is mainly what I use, and I'm just picking out some bluish gray colors here for my moon or my planet. You can make it a planet, you can make it a moon, anything you'd like. So I picked out some light gray, then I picked out a blue gray color, and now I'm picking out a darker blue. I just wanted to get a few different shades that all kind of complement each other. So it's going to make it really easy to blend these colors together and get a really nice little watercolor moon here. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. Hopefully you can see a little bit better. And I'll just show you the basics of how I did this. So I'm going to pick my lightest gray. I'm just coloring some down onto my craft mat. This is the Brutus Monroe craft mat. And I basically keep this on my desk all the time. It's over my cutting mat and it just works really well. Now I'm taking a little bit of clean plain water with my Royal and Lane Nickel watercolor brush. And I'm just dabbing on a little bit of this gray. You can see it's really light. It doesn't show up very well. I just want to get a little bit of light color down and a little bit of water down so that it helps to sort of mix in the rest of the colors. Now I'm taking a little bit more of that gray. I'm just putting it directly onto the water. You can do this with zigs, just dab a little color right into water on your paper and it just spreads really nicely. And I'm just getting more of that light gray on there. Now I'm taking my next color. This is the light blue or the grayish blue. Doing the same thing I did with my gray. I'm just coloring a little bit onto my mat, picking it up with my brush and applying it onto my moon. So since there's already some water on my paper, it's spreading really nicely and I just want this color to kind of soak in, spread out, and get a really nice soft color. Now I'm taking my heat tool. I'm just drying this water so I can keep layering on the colors, and that's basically all I'm doing here is I'm putting on a little bit of color, layering them, and just building up layers. It doesn't have to be precise. You can make it however you want it. I'm even picking up some of that color right off of my mat and drying it onto my moon, and that's another way you can do it if you'd prefer. So it's really just about experimenting, looking at what you like, what look you're going for, and just kind of having fun. So I'm adding a little bit more water to my moon. I have a few of those spots that are really kind of intense, so I'm just sort of rubbing some water over them, kind of just spread them out, soften them up a little bit. Now I'm taking my darkest color and I'm rubbing a little bit on the edges here. I'm not worried about it looking bad or anything at this point because it's so easy to spread these colors. So I'm not worried about going directly onto the paper, coloring on some color. I'm going to be taking some water and spreading this out as well. So these zigs are really forgiving if you're not very experienced in watercolor. I'm not. But if you're doing something like this project, it's really easy just to experiment and just use a little bit of water, your zigs, a little bit of watercolor paper, and you can really make some really fun backgrounds and die cut pieces like I'm doing today for any of your cards. And you can see how well that water is helping spread out the pigment from the brushes, and it's really starting to make the moon look a little bit more intense and giving it a little bit more shading. As I was making this, I was kind of thinking this would be a really fun moon kind of thing to do if you're gonna be thinking of any kind of Halloween cards. You could change up the colors, make it red, make it orange, even green. I was thinking Brutus Monroe has some really fun glow in the dark embossing, or not embossing paste, but glitter paste now. And I thought that would look absolutely amazing on a moon for a Halloween card. That would be really fun. I don't have any of that to play with right now, but maybe in the future. But anyway, so I'm just drying off this really dark blue, getting it dry so that I can add some more layers. And as you can see, it's just so easy to make some of these moons or planets or anything. And the inspiration box that I'm playing with here is the Galaxy inspiration box. It is full of so many cool things. You get some glitter stock, you get a stamp set full of rockets and planets, you get a embossing powder, which I will kind of show you on the card at the end here, and it's called Milky Way, and it's really unique. It's got some texture to it, it's got some silver in it and some sort of gravelly black pieces, and it just looks really cool. So I'm just kind of wiping up my craft area, sort of cleaning off the color. I'm trying to decide what else I want to do with this moon. I'm going back to my lighter shade. I want to put a little bit more on those light spots on my planet here, kind of put a little bit more gray in there, mix it a little bit together. But as you can see, the moon, it looks pretty good right now as it is. Once you get it on your card and you add a few more elements, it's really going to stand out. On the one that I used for my card that I showed you in the beginning, and I'll show you again at the end, I did put some splatters of some silver tattered angels glimmer mist. It has some nice dark silver to it. It's got some shimmer in it, and just tapping on a little bit of splatters gave it the moon a little bit more texture, and it was really fun. So I'm going back in with a little bit more of my dark blue. I'm adding it to where there's already water, and you can see how it already just spreads out and it gives a really nice effect. And just keep playing around with your watercolor until you have it the way you want it. Don't be afraid to take your time and add on those layers. So I'm pretty much done with my moon here as it is. I'm going to dry it up, and then I'll give you another look at the card that I had created earlier. I just used some black cardstock. I embossed some of the images from the Galaxy stamp set in the Milky Way, and I added some embellishments on and stamped and embossed my sentiment. I have a rocket there that I fussy cut from some of the printed layering panels in the inspiration box. And it was just a really fun and easy card that came together well. You can see the little embellishments here and the little swirl in the background. That is with the Milky Way embossing powder. So it was really fun, really easy, a lot of great things to play with in this inspiration box. Hopefully you'll check it out and keep watching, because I plan on doing some more videos in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.